The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Monday, March 3rd on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Rhythm is giving away a $250 future and throwing a March Madness party in Las Vegas, Nevada. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for all the details. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience. Preview and picks for Monday, March 3rd. Almost said Tuesday. It's tricky when it's going midnight. I get all messed up. I don't know my days when it's March Madness because all of our days are fucking glorious, fantastic, and winning days, and they've been winning days for a while. I know I sound like old DT over here. They've been winning days for a fucking while. No. We've been dominating. We've been winning. YouTube.com/the college experience. Get on over there. Hit that like and subscribe button. But in all honesty, we have been winning for quite a while here. I'm on a easily the biggest streak of this season with I think we're at 12 straight days now winning, or at least I am. Yeah, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Dant, Dan, aka Pick Ton D. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Oh, the winning and dominating continues. I mean,
Get my limousine, ride on 85, get my Learjet, woo, and take off to New Orleans. You got to New Orleans. If you're watching right now, I'm 42,000 feet, easing on in. Because in several hours, woo, I'm going to walk that out. Look as only the nature boy can look. Oh, so fine. I'm not even going to tell you it's going to be JD on my left and Mary on my right, but I'm not telling any of you.
Nobody does it like Flair. All right. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Ryan and Rush Show. And make sure you check out the college basketball experience pregame show. He just dropped his top 25 too. He was grinding, a few 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Just show after show after show. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline Mac. How are you, brother?
Doing good, man. Let the madness begin. Got a little taste of that with those two A-Sun games. No lead is safe this month. No lead is safe.
Oh, my God. I want to vomit on one of those. Yeah.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
There was actual vomiting going on the floor.
That was great. I do appreciate that going on.
Yeah.
Make somebody work a little extra. Put some vomit on the court. All right. Yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears. Nah. Blood, sweat, and vomit. That's what you got to do. Yeah. Devin's in the chat saying 2 new shirts needed. They're chippy. The boys, to your point, Matt, get those shirts out there. We'll work on it. We'll work on them.
Chirpy and chippy.
Shout out to Pure Ruckus getting it done as well. He knows all about it. Out the gate. I mean,
And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world.
ECU wins by 2. I think I nailed this. Didn't I say they'll win by 2 or 3?
Yeah.
It might have been 3 or 4.
There was nothing that we couldn't do. We set out to defend our name, and now we'll never be the same. Never be the same.
Yeah, we double locked Charlotte, and this is why I'm not some phony. A lot of times people say Dundee only bets ECU. No, I see a 9.5 point line, 10 point line. I say get the fuck out of here. But I did say ECU would win. True, purple and gold through and through. Your thoughts on this one? Because this was an easy cap.
How the hell do you blow a 13-point lead in 4 minutes and only win by 2?
ECU.
I was like, holy shit, they're gonna fucking lose this game outright. They went from like it was borderline covering to, oh man, they gotta hold on for dear life here. So what's ECU on the year now? 17-12? Dude,
most wins in 5 years.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere. He may get an extension. Why?
I think you might be right.
Extension.
Unless if they lose in the first round, which is possible. It's always on the table. Yeah. See, there you go, Jefferson. Appreciate you. I did say ECU by 2. And then guess what? The final score is by 2. I mean, yeah. Oh, see, Jim Davies just finding out about RJ Felton. Give it up for RJ Felton, senior day. Hell of a good guy. Let's go.
He's not even the best one. CJ Walker.
Yeah, CJ Walker. And I'll tell you, I like that guy he got. Now, I hope we can hang on to him. But Jordan Riley from Temple, the guard from Temple coming in, I think is a good player for them. So yeah, let's go. Shout out to Nick, goes, you guys are on in a fucking tear, on a tear, I believe. Beast, yes. It was packed today though. It was packed. ECU fans did a good job.
The Sunday crowds are good, man.
Yeah.
I like the Sunday games.
Now after that, we jump over to one that I probably should have bet because I felt okay about it, but I didn't. Florida Atlantic 69, South Florida 63. We both took the Owls, I believe. Your thoughts on this one?
A nice bounce back. They lost 2 in a row. Well done, FAU. I don't really know what to think of this team. It's an interesting team, to your point.
Yeah. We did not bet this game, but we took Canisius in the points and they lost by 10,000 points. Iona wins by 30. Yeah. They're watching.
Else is needed there. That was an S.
FBI is watching that one. It's national TV. You can't fuck around here. We double locked Larry Bird's alma mater, Indiana State, 95-73.
It's a hell of a play. They fucked them up. At 31 at one point this game.
Yeah. Great play by us. And then, man, I should have. I was tempted to go in yesterday on your lock here. You flew solo, but I picked Kennesaw. Kennesaw 85. The Flamin' Libs 80. This place was lit. Great game. Very impressive. Kennesaw on the road. Adrian Woolley, I think his name is. He a dog. Nice call. Your thoughts?
Liberty was up 14-2 to start the game. This is a huge loss for Liberty. They lose first place now. Them and Jack State split the regular season. They had taken it from Jack State finally on Thursday night and they give it right back. And they got to go to Murfreesboro and Bowling Green this week. Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky. That's a hard road trip. I don't think that they're going to win both of those.
Yeah, I doubt it. Man.
That's it. That loss is probably going to prevent them from winning the regular season or getting a share of it.
Yeah. Shout out to Bama One. Bama One. Can you DM me? Bama One saying, Colby, can you give a shout out to Justice Perfect? Today would have been his 60th birthday. I just started watching because of him. Yeah, we had gotten that news. I think you had told us that he had passed. Please, if you can, send me a DM. Let me know some stuff or how to get in contact. But yes, happy birthday to Justice Perfect. And may he rest easy in paradise. I appreciate him putting you onto the show, but more importantly, I appreciate just knowing someone, connected to someone, So sending love and condolences to you, him, his family, and that's a bummer that it went down like that. But glad to see even through all that he connected you to us, and yeah, please, if you can. I will send some. Just hit me up, please, if you can. Find a way to hit me up at the Colby D. It's not that. It's not like I'm fucking Cosner over here. You got to go through my agent, go through my manager, my publicist. But no. Literally, just have to open up Twitter or some shit and just say, "Dundee, you fucking idiot." Trying to get a hold of you. Kennesaw, that's game ball worthy there. Huge fucking win.
No doubt. We
double locked Sparty, Michigan State 71, Wisconsin 62. I mean, we nailed this one. Just give it to them now, right? Did they clinch it tonight? No, right?
They're up 1.
Yeah.
They got a tricky game at Iowa this week. That has been kind of a house of horrors for them. But what can we say? I mean, about this Michigan State team. They are some tough sons of bitches, man. They play hard as shit. They got an identity. They play 10 guys. It's an old school.
They shot 45% from the free throw line. No, 46%. I'm sorry.
It's beautiful. And they still beautiful. Them and St. John's are like the same team. They just
it's great. Just hilarious. Defense is back. I love it. Let's go. Easy cash there. We double locked that. I love this story. I think it's one of the, we talk a lot about the best stories in college basketball with so many teams like Jacksonville State or something, which are all phenomenal stories. Florida A&M, Izzo, another one that's great if you cover the sport like us from a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Izzo and Michigan State is fantastic. It would be the equivalent of like well, I don't want to get ahead of myself because you're early on, but I'd love to see him back in the national championship or Final Four or something.
I think they have a realistic shot to get to San Antonio. The more and more I watch them, I mean, those guards have gotten a lot better. I love Kohler; he's kind of the glue. And they have a legitimate lottery pick in Richardson, Jason Richardson's son, who played for Tom Izzo. So
yeah,
they just the pieces mesh, and this time of year you can just tell which teams like each other and which teams are all bought in and pulling the same way. And Michigan State is all in right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Shout out to Bubs giving us $10 real quick. Give me 8 home environs that should be lit tomorrow. I don't know if there's 8, but I'm just going to quickly fire. Obviously, Cameron Indoor Stadium, Duke, is always lit. I will also take you to Fort Myers, Florida. I think whatever their stadium's called again, was it Alico Arena? I think it is. Florida Gulf Coast and Jacksonville down there in the Swisher Gymnasium. I think both those places will be lit. That puts us at 3.
Yep.
4 will definitely be the Houston Cougars against Kansas at whatever their new stadium's called. And then
Fertitta Center.
Yeah, Fertitta. I'm sorry. 5, I will say I'm going to say Missoula. because Edub, I think Edub. You see, the problem is Edub's so bad. I could see Montana fans saying maybe we'll punt on this game, but the Dahlberg Arena in Missoula. I know that's like the second tier rival. Montana State's the main rival. Edub's the second rival. Northwestern, maybe, yeah.
Oh, that thing will be lit. That thing's been lit all year.
Yeah,
and it's UCLA. What about North Texas will be lit for Wichita?
Yeah. So it puts us at 7.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only a select few games. I don't know about some of these other ones. Don't have meaning too. Like
North Carolina Central hosting Norfolk. That could be a little lit.
That could be. And South Carolina State hosting Howard could be too. Yeah. I'll say those ones right there.
I got you one. Austin P at North Alabama.
Oh yeah, damn it! How did I miss that one? That one will be one of the most lit.
And I see the chat's on to my Chippy comment. That is the Chippy matchup of the year. Remember, they didn't shake hands both games this year. The coaches, Austin P ended North Alabama season last year, beat them 3 in a row. North Alabama smacked their ass twice in a row this year. They don't like each other. That's that. There's going to be at least 2 or 3 dust-ups in that game.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Bubs. Parlayed them. Yeah, appreciate that donation. We also double locked Cornell against Princeton. They won by 32 fucking points. It's a free show, guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but we haven't lost a bet yet on this slate. I want to say at this point we're a combined
a lot of 0.
9-0 ATS. It gets better because Bradley stuck it to Northern Iowa by 17. Double lock on Bradley. Wait, next Manhattan and Niagara. We stayed away, but I took Manhattan. I forget what you did. Did you take Niagara?
I think I took Niagara. No bet though.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Yeah, no bet in this game, but I picked it fucking correctly. Write it. All right. Next up, this one. How great is this one too? Merrimack money line, 10-point win against the Aqueduct. Double lock, cash. Then the next game. I'm just going chronologically here. Mount St. Mary's against Siena. Double lock on Mount St. Mary's. Cash. For the amount of shit talk I got to deal with, the amount of people that, and I welcome it, but it's still good content. All right. It's a free show. Finally, a loser of ours. As Marist did not hit against St. Pete's. In fact, they only scored 52 points at home, which is very concerning for a team towards the top of the half of the MAAAC. I have my concerns about the Red Foxes. Great win for St. Pete's. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I have my concerns as well. Marist's bad week. Dropped both games this week, and they never lose at home. I was surprised that they finally dropped one here.
Yeah, and we followed that up with another loss because Fairfield. I thought when you hit the road, I knew when you hit the road you suck, but you didn't really hit the road. You stayed in Fairfield here. You can't be throwing out a lemon like this. Fucking Sacred Hot by 21 at the Pitt Center there. Ain't shit there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this. What was the final score in the end of this game?
21-point beatdown.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising. So, not a good loss here.
Yeah.
Sacred Heart had a good week though.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what we did. We didn't bet this Missouri State Drake game. I think I took the points, which covered. This game went to overtime. Drake wins though, of course. And Drake, this would have been a bad loss for Drake. Glad they didn't lose this game because I want them to get the outright. But Drake is now 27-3, Mac.
Season's over.
Fucking believable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That has to be National Coach of the Year.
There's so many good candidates this
You
year.
can't top that. He took a D2 roster.
Yeah.
And went 27-3.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable what they did. And Sturch should be
Bennett
player of the year.
Sturch was nasty again today. Yeah.
It's I mean, DeVries left to go to West Virginia. He just goes right on in, 27-3, wins the Valley. Remarkable. But it goes back to what we've been saying for years and years. Division II basketball isn't a bad level of basketball. Division II is better than a
lot of
mid-major or these low major leagues.
Same in the FCS. Like, with covering college football, I host the main college football show, College Football Experience, but also the FCS show. Like, if you take the top 10 in the FCS, I think they're right around the 20 to 40 mark in the FBS.
Yeah,
like. You saw North Dakota State push Colorado better than a lot of teams last year. And Colorado was a pretty good team last year.
The top 10 will get to a bowl game.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like, I think if some of those years, like South Dakota State, I think it was 2 years ago, they were top 25 good to me. They were like probably somewhere between 17 and 25 to me, if I had to rank like the best teams in America in college football. But man, they were really good. They were really complete. We pushed on Illinois State, which sucks. They had a 17 or 18 point lead.
Yeah. And
Evansville never really led besides up 3-2. So, or 5-4, whatever it was. Bad beat there in that regard, but, I'm not sure if you bet this. I didn't. I picked it correctly though. Belmont minus the points against Murray. I should have bet this. What'd you do here?
I bet Murray. Murray got it down to 2 or 3 with like 5 minutes left, but they were down 19 at half. Murray version 2 of prom has not been good. I mean, losing record in year number 3. They had a losing record last year. It's been underwhelming.
Yeah. We did eat shit with UIC, and this one was painful because another 17-point lead.
Yeah, man. I thought we had both of these won.
Honestly, I think that we're so good at this. If I could sound arrogant, which I do every night. You look at the games we lost. Okay, St. Pete's, Fairfield, bad losses, but the other 3 losses we had, or a push, a loss. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's the Michigan game too, but I'm just saying 3. I'm sitting here looking at my record at 11-5 tonight, 11-5-1, and damn if 3 of the 5 losses teams didn't blow 18-point leads. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I still believe we're on the right side of 3 of those losses, but yeah.
At your point, like we were 8-1 at this point, and I'm like, damn, this is turning into a fucking heater of a day because these two are up 17, and for me, UAB was up double digits too. And the day, I mean, it still ended up.
And don't forget about the tournament game. That one I think was the worst.
Yeah, the tournament game.
Yeah.
But I mean, it still ended up being a winning day. But after the 8-1 start, it was like, oh shit, this is going to be a legendary day. But we'll take winning days. I'll never bitch about a winning day because you never know; it could always turn.
Well, I will bitch about this because I'm doing the SGP show tomorrow, and I'm sure they're gonna play my Benedict Arnold music because we talk about the Sunday games on Thursday.
Yeah.
And you sold me on taking Michigan yesterday. I had came into it thinking I was taking Illinois. Bad decision by me. But man, Michigan got destroyed by the Illini by 20 at home. They finally have a loss at the Chrysler Arena. This was a bad play by me. I should have stuck to my guns. So I do hold you personally responsible.
Thank you very much.
Your thoughts.
What was the score at halftime? What was it? Illinois was up 1. Yeah, they were just up 1, and then they kicked their ass at that's 10 minutes out of the to start the second half, and finally Illinois made some fucking jump shots. I mean, they keep saying Analytics, shoot threes, shoot threes, shoot threes. Well, if you go like 2 for a zillion like you did against Duke, you're going to get run the fuck off the floor. Today, they look like the old January version of Illinois. They made 14 threes. They shared the ball. The big fella was big time. Boswell controlled the tempo of the game. That's the Illinois team that we said in January could win the Big Ten. That was that version today. So maybe Illinois, we get back on the wagon in terms of maybe a team that could be dangerous. They had a hell of a week. They killed it at Iowa, and then they went to Michigan and beat the shit out of them for a 9th straight time.
Yeah. Shout out to Jim Davies giving us $20. Appreciate you, Jim. Don't worry, we got it back on track here because Kansas State was a double lock against the Buffs, held the Buffs to 56 points. 4 for 23 from 3, 17%. Not gonna win many games doing that. Easy play. That was like one of our top plays, if not our top. Your thoughts here?
How bad was that crowd? Dude, I've never seen Kansas State home game look like that. There was nobody there. Wow. I guess a good win. Stopped the bleeding, but he's not going to get fired this year. I mean, he went to the Elite Eight his first year, but
next year's a huge fucking year.
He can't miss it. He can't miss a 3rd straight year, or they're going to move on. And him and administration have definitely not seen eye to eye. I mean, they're 14-15 on the year. Not good enough. Not good enough with how much you paid for that roster.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, add that to the NIL teams that are all kind of looking. Kansas and Kansas State, Miami.
I know Indiana has rallied to salvage, but still, Indiana should be in the top 25 with how much they fucking wrote the checkbook for that team.
Yeah. Shout out to Anthony Drury in the chat. Just started listening to you 2 weeks ago, NBA All-Star break. And I love this show. Y'all are dope as fuck. Made me like college more than NBA. This is some fun shit. That's the way it's supposed to be, man. College sports, college basketball. Check out the college football and college baseball shows too, man. But glad to see we can get you in, and cheers to you. And you and your family. Cheers. I appreciate that. We had a battle.
I choked in this game.
And I didn't panic 1 second when it was down early. Down 6 at the half, down 10. Probably at the 12-minute mark, 14-minute mark.
Yeah.
I was watching the game with my wife. She's like, gosh, we got to watch this game. I'm like, don't worry. Don't worry. Memphis will make their run. They'll make their run. Boom. Lock battle win. Memphis 88, UAB 81. Charles Walker. I know you're not in the chat probably. I didn't see your name there.
Yeah.
But the bourbon tastes better. The liquor tastes better when you're winning. Cheers. Your thoughts?
I already said enough nice things about Memphis on the top 25 show. I fucking ranked them. That's all you Memphis fans fucking get. In all seriousness, that was a fucking gut check.
Well, I don't get brain man cold, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
Who's my hatred group? It's Memphis, UConn, Duke, and Kentucky. All the blue teams. It's but dude, in all seriousness, Memphis, that was a gut check win. They were down 10 with 10 to go, and I mean, PJ Haggerty made some fucking shots out of his ass.
I like this. I think this is the best Memphis team he's had. Yeah. I mean, it's unfair year 1 or 2 or whatever it was when all the players are suspended because he paid for a kid to move. Who knows how good they could have been, but I also think if you talk to Penny, I've heard him talk about this, that he knows he wasn't that good of a coach early on. He had to learn. Just, I imagine like anybody would have to learn, you know what I mean? Like, Penny was an amazing player. I think he's actually like criminally underrated historically, but jumping in, I think he coached, didn't he coach like middle school or high school?
He was on the AAU circuit.
I think he coached like was it his son? It was almost similar to Dion in that regard.
He has Team Penny on. He had it on the Nike AAU circuit. I know that. I've seen the team play. They had some fucking really good players, but I mean, that he got rid of his staff and whatever. I thought he was crazy for doing it when he did.
What are you talking about? Getting rid of Stansberry. I told you I bought stock in these Memphis Tigers. So you get rid of Stansberry, it's like, oh, this is looking much better. They can win the national championship.
Well, he replaced Stansberry with Mike Davis, and I was like, oh, but clearly Mike Davis has been a good mentor to him. Mike Davis is coaching a national championship with you.
I remember. I of course remember.
So whatever it is, brought Nolan Smith over. The chemistry with Memphis is a lot better than in years past.
They're older. They're older. The team is older.
Yep. And
I think one of the biggest flaws is and Penny, like I said, I'm sure he had to learn this, but when he came in, he was just recruiting his ass off, bringing in like great athletic guys, but they didn't have the experience. And college basketball was changing because the transfer portal and COVID eligibility and all this other shit. You're taking on teams where, the one guy for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Do you know about this kid from Charlotte? Let me look at I'm drawing a blank on his last name right now. To give you an example, and I know but Charlotte is in the AAC and they're taking on Penny. Charlotte,
the big kid,
Robert Broswell, the forward.
Kid started at Syracuse.
This guy, you realize he started college when Baker Mayfield was in college.
Yeah. I remember playing him in the NCAA tournament when I was at West Virginia. He was at Syracuse.
That's what I'm saying. Think about this. 2017, he was a freshman. 2017, that's 8 years ago.
It's hilarious.
Now, some of that's unfortunate injury. I don't want to bury the guy, but some of it is also COVID eligibility. You can redshirt. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things you can do now. Some of it was he didn't play. I think he transferred to one school where they barely played him. He couldn't get in the rotation. So yeah, shout out to Brandon Duncan giving us $50. Been watching for a few months and just wanted to say how much I love and respect the channel. Absolute realest show I've come across. Straight knowledge and passion for the game. Appreciate you, Brandon, man. Cheers and thank you for the donation. And yeah, I always preface it. I think Mac agrees with me here that we're a basketball first podcast. We love gambling, but we love college hoops. We think it's the greatest. And I know once I met Mac, I knew whether we were doing the show or not, he was going to be watching Chicago State take on Mercyhurst, and I was like, all right, he's on my level. You know what I mean? So we got to do the show. One
thing you can't question on this show is if we're going to watch the games and be all in on all these games. I mean, that's what we do. We're all into these games. Like, and when people bitch about bad slates, it's like, dude, we're not going to have these games a month from now. 30 days from now, the season will be over. So cherish these games, even the maybe not sexy ones, but yeah, I mean, we love this sport. It's getting better and better each year.
Yeah, I'm one that I believe college basketball is in its strongest state. I think one of the more TMZ takes out there is, the 80s, 90s were the most, the best era for college hoops. And they're not wrong by like, if you told me UNLV was playing, Auburn or whoever, I think UNLV would fuck them up. But it was top heavy. Like, UNLV of 90, I'm talking about, or 89, or 91, I'm saying. But it was top heavy. You know what I mean? Like the game, they would go back and look at the schedule. They would beat teams by like 70 fucking points. You know what I mean? Like, but that's because the talent, basketball in general, has gotten better globally and even in America. I mean, but so more players are playing it than prior, right? So just naturally, I think the game of basketball is stronger. Now you could say, well, the NBA sucks. I go, yeah, well, they fucked that up, right? But like the actual sport on a high school level and college level, I think is way better than it was 30 years ago. And a lot of it has to do with NIL, transfer portal, and also just the fact there's more good players. So like scouting now, you can go find diamonds in the rough that are really fucking good players that you wouldn't necessarily have that luxury to before it was so dominated by the schools. You know, I follow Super 70 Sports. I think it's a great Twitter page, and it makes me laugh all the time. But I disagree. You know, I can tell they're a TMZ college basketball fan because they were talking shit about it, being like, well, Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, James Worthy were on the same team in college and they would fuck up any team today. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But they wouldn't be going to the same fucking school today.
Yeah. NIL.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. James Worthy would now be at, some other school and they'd be playing some other when Carolina was beating majority of their opponents by 30 fucking points, those teams that they were beaten by 30 points, one of those teams is going to get James Worthy. The other is going to get Sam Perkins. You know what I mean? So those teams are going to be better and the sport's going to be better. I know people disagree with my take, but anyway, shout out to Chris in the chat who also, I love his comment because I was going to come in wrong. Giving us $50 pronounced Strock. There we go. Chris Strock. I got you, man. Appreciate you, Chris. And I'm grateful you're tuning in, man. But one thing I wanted to I'll tie a bow on this because I know I'm rambling here, but like college hoops, I encourage people to dive in all the way. When you dive in all the way, and the same for college football, really. College baseball, I don't know as well as the other two sports, but I like college baseball. But college football and college basketball, when you watch it from a global point of view, I think you learn about the histories, you watch programs be built, programs be taken down. And if you're not familiar, these two sports were started in college. A lot of people just assume that the NFL and the NBA were these sports. Football started on a college level, and the NBA, the NFL started like 60 years after and copying it. Same with the NBA. So you're seeing the purest. The history of the game all starts right here with the sport. And then when you add in, you see a Gonzaga rise up. I remember when Gonzaga was a shitty mid-major, you know what I mean? Or like somewhat of a average mid-major. I saw UNLV. I saw you get to see all these different. I think it's fantastic. I think if more people saw it from the way we saw it, or see it, I should say, there would be more people digging it. But part of me is like, I almost don't want more people digging it because then then they're going to fuck it up somehow when we go to 96 teams anyway. But anyway, anyway, I hope that's, I would just encourage more people to check out all of that. The stadiums. One of the things I love about, and this goes for baseball too, is they protect their stadiums. You know what I mean? Like NFL or NBA, like they get a new stadium built every 20 years. It's fucking ridiculous. And normally on taxpayers' money, which is just pathetic. What I love is, college basketball, you're watching, a game at Henkel or a game at wherever, Palestra, there's a slew of them. And, shit. We talked about Iowa State the other day.
Tilton.
Yeah, that's not even as old as some of the other ones, but it's like we were comparing Arizona's 2 wins at Iowa State, 2 losses at Iowa State. They've never won there, but they played these 2 teams with Jeff Hornacek and Jeff Grayer, and this is still the same fucking building. I think that's great. And they just renovate. It's proof that you don't need to do it. The NFL gives you it with Lambeau. If you just renovate it, but so it remains like soulless to me. I love that element of like the fact, I was learning about Duke baseball the other day. Their fucking stadium's like 110 years old. And you're like, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome. And they just renovate it. So it's got that soul. It's got that vibe. All these great players have played there, same with NFL and same with college football and college basketball. So anyway, I'm rambling, but just open up Pandora's box. I go deeper. All right.
Next, there's a league for everybody out there, man. There's so many different leagues you can choose from in college hoops. There's 31 leagues. You don't have to watch Power 5 if you don't like them.
That's the best thing is there's like a defense system. I've been saying this forever too. There's like a defense system from the corporate dollar coming in. Everyone's worried right now. NIL is coming in, even though the SEC and some other schools like USC and Texas and Ohio State and Michigan were paying fucking players forever. everyone's worried. The sport's ruined. It's like, well, drop down a tier. Go to the power or go to the group of 5. Go to the FCS. Yeah. And the same for basketball, same for baseball. There's D2, there's D3. There's a big NAIA. There's a big ass defense system. They can't take it down. There's nothing more American than college hoops and college and college football. So, yeah. Anyway, we cashed on a double lock with the UTSA Roadrunners. 84-56. Easy. Your thoughts?
4-game losing streak, smash spot at home. Meep. Good play.
And then to me, this was the most painful of the night.
What a game.
Austin P 90, North Florida 69. We had vomit on the court. We had an 18-point lead blown by North Florida, a team that we both bet. And the Govs, your boy, yeah, that's the thing. I believe the fact that you used to be paid by the University of Austin P tells me, this was a sign. This was an act. What does he say in Blues Brothers? This was an act of God, right? What the fuck happened here, man? Down the stretch, they could not hit a shot to save their life. Open threes, still nothing.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, North Florida shot the shit out of it in the first half. They couldn't miss. They were up 18, and the white kid for Austin P, when he made that 3 from almost half court to cut it to 7 at halftime, I felt like that changed the momentum of the game headed in the second half. And then Corey Gibson just basically opened it up, put the ball in LJ Thomas's hands, and gave him a ball screen. And said, get to the paint, make shit happen. And it felt like it was a layup drill. I mean, Austin P got whatever they wanted. Yeah, I mean, the Gov, that was a hell of a win. And then LJ Thomas threw up all over the floor because he was kicking their ass so much. I thought potentially with that delay, the momentum could flip back. But no, the game, North Florida kind of just quit. So North Florida finishes 15-17. A little disappointing considering how they started, but overall a decent year.
Yeah. Very disappointing with how they started, dude.
Well,
I thought they were going to run away. I was like, good. Yeah. I remember in November, I was like, holy shit. North Florida's going to make the tournament outright. They don't even need to win the East, son.
Well, and they overachieved, but I think people should realize, take a step back. North Florida's best player last year was Chaz Lanier, the fucking best player on Tennessee right now, who's ranked 5th in the country. So when you lose a player like that and you still are able to still go 500, they just didn't have a dude like Chaz Lanier. So a lot of these programs, it's tough when you lose studs like this, like Northern Colorado losing Dalton Connect to Tennessee 2 years ago. Now it's North Florida losing Chaz Lanier to Tennessee. So,
but it goes both ways, man.
It does.
It goes both ways. You can look at countless teams recently that have made that run that have had transfers. I mean, honestly, go back and look at all of them. Even Loyola, I think had transfers. So, as much as it does suck, I get it. You want to know, if you want to be familiar with those players, you're thinking what could have been, but at the same time, you can also be the beneficiary of that as well. We also double locked the Central Arkansas Bears. Boom! This was a hell of a game. 77-72 against the Hatters. We get it done. And how about Nehemiah Turner? 37 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Dog. Your thoughts?
Yeah, speaking of portal, he'll be in the portal here a couple days after that performance. Good Lord, dude. They had no answer from him. There will be no defending champ here in the ASUN. Stetson won it last year, but ultimately they were too young this year to ever put it together. Disappointing year, going 8-24. But Central Arkansas moves on. They will play Lipscomb, and then we talked about it. We're back to Austin P. Austin P and North Alabama getting to match up for a third time after refusing to shake hands both games.
Gold.
I know everybody's going to want to watch Duke Wake and Houston, Kansas tomorrow. You better put that fucking North Alabama Austin P on the side TV at least, because that shit's going to be chippy. It's going to be a good one.
Dewan in the chat said he put $500 on Stetson. I thought I seen y'all pick the Hatters on the picks page. He was rushing. That's terrible. We did not. Hopefully that's why you listen to the show too, man. That's terrible, man. I feel bad for you. Hopefully you're like a millionaire though, and $6,500 is the equivalent of $5 for us, or the normal person. That's a lot of money, bro. I kind of love you. I kind of think, whoa, hey, I don't believe I gave that out as my top play of the night.
Yeah.
I think I said Kansas State. But anyway, God bless you. All right. What do we got? Game balls. Let's go.
Sparty continuing to roll through the Big Ten. Shout out to them. Big win again today.
Yeah. Memphis Tigers. This UAB bullshit out of there with their cha-cha-cha offense, running down the court, pulling up for three with that bullshit. Yeah, it can get you a game or two here or there. It ain't gonna do any real damage. Where you going next?
I'll go with the Illini. The way that they went into Ann Arbor and beat the shit out of them, that was impressive.
Yeah, that is a good one. Second game ball. It is the Bradley Braves on the warpath. Hail to the Redskins. They stuck it to Northern Iowa by 17. It's somewhat of a rivalry game, I guess. So solidify that 2 seed. I know it doesn't mean much, but it does on senior night. Damn it, game ball. Where you going?
Speaking of senior day, team that lost on senior day was Liberty. Kennesaw going into the Flamin' Libs and knocking them out of first place. Yeah, shout out to Kennesaw.
Yeah. Cornell beating Princeton by 32 should be.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Just a true ass open. There's Charles Walker, the man of the hour. I cheers you earlier, brother. I cheers you.
We're going to get you the tourney.
Let's go. Yeah. All right, folks. Want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by us. Yes. The college basketball experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Gear up for March Madness with Merch Madness. You see this hat? Boom. You can get that hat out there with the promo code Madness in the SGPN merch store. That's going to get you 20% off. All right. Anything. We got a fucking jigsaw puzzle in there. So if you're Christmas shopping, if you're cheap on the dime and you want to do a little Christmas shopping now, 20% off. Little jigsaw puzzle, good for every kid. Also, you got coffee cups, you got fucking everything in there. Dog bowls, locked dog and tease dog bowls. Come on. Pick Dundee t-shirts, they're all in there. Hey, we even did a study about that. You get tons of pussy wearing that shirt. It's a fact of life. All right. So jump on over there, use that promo code Madness for 20% off. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. And Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Yeah, y'all been there before. You got to go through the side door. You don't have to go through the fucking side door. You go through right to the. You got your card. Boom. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards using your Edge Boost card. The side door is a thing. I got friends that live in Vegas trying to fucking Bobby Valentine their face before they go into a fucking casino. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is a great play. And your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. And the best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. So sign up. And when you do, use that promo code SGPN to get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. Once again, that's edgeboost.bet promo code SGPN. That's edgeboost.bet promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet every single sport. Plus, there's props for every game. The Live Daily Casino is a bundle of fun. And MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations, even outside of the States. You can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag, but use our promo code TCESGPN, and that will get you a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. And we got a fun slate upon us. Might have to give away a little parlay, even though the Monday SWAC parlays have not treated me the same. Gonna be honest with you. All right.
They've been ass.
I think they're 0-2. Still got time. I still got time to fix this thing.
It's a new day, baby.
It is a new day, and it starts right fucking here because I'm locking up Alcorn State as they host Texas Southern. You don't just walk into the Davy L. Whitney complex, right? Thinking you're somebody with your 13 fucking wins. Alcorn's got 9, but god damn it, they've been playing better lately, and they're 6-2 at home. And it's a revenge game. What are you doing here?
I think you're on the right side. Half game back. To your point, I think Alcorn is better than their record too.
Dude, I think I mentioned this last night or Saturday night. I think it's worth. I mean, we don't have the futures for the SWAC out there yet. I think Alcorn's going to be a dangerous team down the stretch, man. I know Southern's running away with it, but I like Florida A&M. We mentioned Alabama State the other night. Alcorn, those three, and obviously Jackson and Bethune have potential. Mm-hmm. I don't think Texas Southern's nearly as good as what they were a couple years ago.
Feels like a brand. It just feels like it's the brand name. So yeah, I'll join you. Let's go, Alcorn. Lock it up.
Double lock. Braves on the warpath. Shout out to Jim Davies. I can't get a grasp on two teams, BYU and West Virginia. And how did we go wrong on the Sacred Heart game? The Sacred Heart game, I was shocked by. So I don't have a good answer for the Sacred Heart one. West Virginia, I've been fucking terrible on all year. I actually believe out of all 360 teams, it's whatever, 63, whatever the number is right now. I believe West Virginia is the one that I've probably been worst on this year. I just can't. When I think they're going to be good, they're not. When I think they're going to be shitty, they're good. BYU is just getting better as a first-year coach. I guess it's a first-year coach at West Virginia, but they were good right from the start, which is when I went to fade them. BYU actually looked like they went through it early on. They've gotten better as the season goes along. The Sacred Heart game is a rivalry game. I'm just going to chalk that up to a bad play by us rivalry game, and they came out flat. How about you, Mac?
There was a point where I couldn't hit a Rutgers game to save my life. LIU's been my kryptonite this year.
Well, what about those two teams and fucking Sacred Heart?
Well, I never really pick against West Virginia, but they have been a weird team to figure out this year just because they overachieved. But I kind of mentioned it going through November, December that they were playing way above their heads, and I never thought they could go into the fog and win and stuff like that. But I mean, I've got them a couple times. Like I was all over them against Iowa State at home, and I've backed them a couple times as dogs. But they've definitely been a up and down team, but they've overachieved like crazy. BYU, I've been all right on them. I take them usually in Provo and then I fade them on the road. But I mean, they've been winning road games here recently too. As for today, yeah, terrible play on Fairfield and Sacred Heart.
Yeah. Next up, we're going to Tallahassee, Florida, where my boys, Florida A&M, been a darling of mine all year. Shout out to Sterling Young, who's killing it for them. Southern is in first place. but they must not know. In SWAC action, when you come to Florida, you fucking take these beatdowns. Bethune got them the other day. We were on it. Florida A&M lock. Give me that 3.5. Sprinkle the money line. What are you doing here?
Yeah, FAMU's been a great story. Southern sitting at 13-2. They lost the other day. Did they lose back to back?
I mean, I just don't believe they're as good as what I mean, they credit to them for winning the games, but I've watched a few of these games, like the Prairie View game where they won by 4. And I think Prairie View is fucking horrible. Right. Yeah. What was the game? Was it the Jackson State game that was overtime that they stole? I just feel like, they have been more consistent than all the other teams, and credit to them. I just don't believe there's that big of a gap between these teams. And you're getting Florida A&M was first year coach and this is the second time going up against them. First time they got their ass whooped, young team. It was early in conference play. I like this second matchup here.
I'll stay off it. I'll take FAMU, no bet.
All righty. Next up, we got there we go. Shout out to Nathan Cerna. Grambling is at Bethune-Cookman. Bethune's laying 3.5, and this is the parlay, guys. Don't overthink it. It's these three. It's these fucking three. Bethune is a smash play here. These three teams are, I don't want to get too ahead of myself because the other SWAC games, you have what was it? Prairie View, Jackson State's a big ass number, right? It's so it's only one other SWAC game, right? It's only one other one. Yeah. I think this is the parlay. You take Bethune, you take Florida A&M, and you take Alcorn. And with Florida A&M, I don't think you should take the money in case they lose close, but that's the parlay. What are you doing here, man?
I'll lock up Bethune. I won't do the parlay so I don't jinx you. So I'll just take Bethune and Alcorn.
Double lock on Bethune-Cookman. SWAC parlay till I die. Wake Forest is at Duke getting, good God, 20.5 points.
Big Monday.
I've been getting burned on these big ass Duke numbers.
I know. It's about to flip. They're about to go on a non-coverage.
I took Florida State with what, 23? Or what? I forget which one was 24.5. I was either Miami or Florida State. No, I took Duke against the Illini, but I think I still took Stanford in that big ass number, and Duke beat them by 36. Most wins. I read the stat the other day that Duke largest margin of deficit in the history of their tenure in the ACC, which once again, going back to our conversation before, Duke's been in the ACC for quite a long time, folks. Since before the NBA existed. So that's pretty remarkable. I'm taking the points. You can talk me into betting this thing.
Yeah, I'm all over Wake. What did Duke do the game before Carolina the first time? NC State. I think
zero conviction when you say that. Yeah, I'm all over Wake.
I'm taking the 20. That I mean, you look at what Forbes is done against Duke. They played a month ago. It was a 7-point game. Wake had a fucking lead with 10 minutes left. Arguably should have won the game. I know the game's at Cameron. Last year they beat them. They lost by 8 at Duke. I know Duke's better this year than last year, but Wake and Forbes as a dog is good against Duke. I think Duke wins by 10. And I think it's the NC State game all over again.
We said that for Carolina though. When they fucked up Carolina, we ate shit. But I'm on board. Let's fly. Let's fly.
They'll probably fuck up Carolina.
Double lock on Wake Forest plus 20.5. Shout out to Randy Hobbs. Giving us $10. Fantastic show, boys. I'm listening every day and it's fueling my love for the sport, especially the smaller conferences. Keep up the great work. Glad we can be a beacon for that in a way. Appreciate the donation. Appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, I strongly urge everyone to go dive deeper. Sport's fantastic. It'll reward you more than you realize. Next up, we got McNeese State. Now, whoa, what did I just do? McNeese State is
where's this game at?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. They head into Nacogdoches, where Dennis Quaid is laying 9.5 points against Stephen F. Austin and this fucking Jack Black motherfucker. I still can't get over the air up there with Kevin Bacon. They made Kevin Bacon used to be like an NBA great. Remember that?
Yes.
That movie. I mean, Dennis Quaid in a cowboy hat. Who do you take one-on-one? Kevin Bacon with the knee brace in Africa, or Dennis Quaid dressed like a goddamn cowboy? One-on-one. Who you taking?
Dennis. Give me Dennis.
He got some fucking work done to his face though, which makes me worry. I'm a little bit worried there, but I guess that's a Hollywood thing. I guess everyone does conviction. That. Yeah. Yeah. If he did that to his face, what would he do to his knee? All right. He'd pump that shit full of stuff. Does
Stephen F cover this?
Dude, I struggle with this one because it's, by the way, it's at 10.5 now. It's at 10.5. Hold on. So McNeese has clinched.
They did almost lose on Saturday.
But that team's good. Stephen F. Austin's fucking trash. I'll take the points. I'm going to stay away.
Wait, actually.
10.5. I think you got to take the points.
Game's national TV. It's on ESPNU. I'm going to lock up McNeese. I think Will Wade's auditioning for the next job. I saw him fire up a tweet saying how excited they are for the game tomorrow. It's going to be, we want to finish the season strong. It feels like a little bit of an audition headed into these next couple weeks.
I'll take the points. No bet. Moneyline Mac, lock it up. Dennis Quaid. All this Dennis Quaid talk. You got excited. Said, hell yeah. Randy Quaid is his brother and still very crazy.
Because Colby, let me ask you this too. On a serious with McNeese, this is the same number they laid at Sela. I think they're giving too much respect to Stephen F's name still. They're like, oh, Stephen F, 10-point dog. Take the dog. Nah, McNeese is gonna fuck them up.
It was a 20-point game back on January 20th, but I just don't know the buy-in for a team that's been clinched for that long, you know?
The national TV game is what pushed me over the edge. If it had been an ESPN Plus bullshit game, then we'll go through the motions, win by 7 or 8. But I think that they come out humming tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll just give me the points. No bet. Max locking it up. We got a Sun conference game going on as Queens heads into Fort Myers, Florida. I'm excited for this one because didn't Queens clip them a year ago?
Good question.
The announcer brought that up today, which I couldn't remember it, so I'm reciting exactly what he said. I mean, these announcers, especially on this.
Yes. Yeah. They did end Gulf Coast season, and then they lost a tough one to Stetson.
Oh, yeah. Gulf Coast going to fuck them up tomorrow. Lock. Boom. Gulf Coast -4.5. You do know who I'm taking because I have a future on Gulf Coast, too. I think they win by 15. Your thoughts?
I will join you, even though I did say Queens could be a fun long shot at 50-1, but Gulf Coast, revenge from last year. I think they split the regular season. I think Gulf Coast is the better roster and they're at home. I think they pull away.
Double log on these Eagles. Fly. Next up, we are going to another classic You know who I'm taking here too, because my future. But goddamn, this is a great game.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm on EKU. I think EKU wins it on the money line, but I'm excited to see how packed this is. I'm excited to watch. This is probably the game I want to watch most all day. I know there's Houston and Kansas, but I just think this game could be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It was a lot of fun a couple of days ago when Jacksonville kind of rallied and won by 3 or 4. Lock on EKU. What are you doing here?
I'm going to sell you even more here. So they got swept by them. Do you remember what happened last year? EKU was the 1 seed. They lost at home to Jacksonville, the 8 seed. This is an ultimate revenge. They lost 3 in a row to this team. They should have won at Jacksonville 2 weeks ago. I'm all over EKU. They're going to win the game outright. Revenge, and I think they're the better team.
Double lock on the Colonels. It's a shame the game's not being played at the bucket.
We got revenge angles all over the board in the A-Sun. Dude, these A-Sun games are fun tomorrow.
They are. Goddamn sports great. Speaking of A-Sun, Austin Peay's Governors heading to Florence, Alabama. You got a line on this yet?
All right. I love North Alabama. They're my pick to win the fucking league. They're laying 12.5. And
they won by 10 on February 5th against these Governors. What did they do the first matchup?
They won in overtime at home. Austin Peay won all 3 games last year, ended their season in overtime. I know that game was in Clarksville. So it is a revenge. The coaches hate each other. The teams hate each other. So you got to take the points.
I think we got to bet the points.
Because
getting that first game out of your way, I love that. I love that. Yeah.
We might as well say this right now because we're entering conference tournament season, but the advantage is the team that gets to play a game used to the postseason. It's a different type of game, pressure.
Same stadium too.
Get the butterflies out of you, and then you could just play with house money the next day compared to North Alabama and Lipscomb, who are going to play tighter than a fucking knot in the first game because they can't. They're supposed to win, which we see how that goes in March. But I think North Alabama wins a tight one, but I'm locking up the P plus 12.5.
I'm with you. Double lock these Governors.
Threw up on the court. They're ready.
Yeah, I already threw up on the court. That's his court now.
Shout out to it's our bench.
Shout out to Josh, giving us $50 for a great week, fellas. Hit a super progressive parlay. Like this guy's doing an ad read here. Used a few of you guys' picks, paid for a trip to Boise for Starch Madness. There you go. Love that Starch Madness. It's a free show, you Jack Fucks. P.S. Where are the trolls, Mac? There you go. Where are those trolls, Mac?
They're
Providence fans, it's a little quiet.
I tweeted at one of them the other day. I was like, can you guys at least win a game so that we can at least have a little dialogue back and forth? You guys just get your dick kicked in every game where it's not even funny anymore. You guys just suck. I want you to at least have a little bit of shit talk back to me. I mean, come on.
It's part of the fun of it is that, you know, but love this game. Hey, Yvette, are you going to the Jacksonville game?
I think she said she is. She's undecided on the game. I think she likes the Govs because she made a good point.
Well, that's in Florence, though. The Govs are in Florence. I'm saying the Jacksonville EKU game.
I think she's going to that game, but then she made a good point on the Govs, too. The Govs, for whatever reason, pop up when we get to the tournament. Like, they get better in the tournament for whatever reason. That was what Avetta said, so I agree with that. I think she's going to EKU Jacksonville, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Folks, anyone who's close to these games, you got to be going, especially the come on. What are we doing here? Howard is at South Carolina State, and I've already bet this game, Mac.
Howard
plus 9.5, especially off a win against Norfolk. Love this play. And guess what? South Carolina State got him by like 20 in DC. What are you doing here?
To your point, it is a lot of points. I mean, South Carolina State off the biggest win. Give me Howard, lock it up. I think South Carolina State
Let's go. Howard plus the points. Because I mean, is South Carolina State even playing for anything there? They've kind of solidified
they're
that,
one
right?
game back. They're one game back of the 1 seed.
Yeah, but okay. The 1 seed is Norfolk State, right?
Yeah, who they just beat, so they split. I don't think Norfolk is going to drop another.
I
game.
guess they do play. Norfolk could though. They could because it's harder schedule than I thought.
They could lose at Lavelle,
and then they're at Howard in DC, so it is a little trickier than I thought. But I still think Howard's the right side. Delaware State is in Baltimore against Morgan State. Morgan State's saying 1.5. Give me Morgan State minus the points.
Is this a rigged game? No, this isn't rigged. This is actually a properly placed line. Give me Morgan State. No bet.
Yeah, no bet. iDub is in Natchitoches, Louisiana,
Hilarious.
taking on Northwestern State. Northwestern State's laying 1.5. They won by 2 last time they played, but iDub has won 4 straight.
Yeah,
I think we should lock up Northwestern State though.
11-8 league play. Yeah, I think it's the right side. Let's go. Let's lock it up. They finished strong. They finished 12-8 in league play. I like Rick's team.
Double lock on these demons in Northwestern State.
They're playing for 500 years too. They're 14-15.
Let's go. Senior day too, right?
Yeah, and that's a big thing for these programs.
Yeah, it is senior day. It is. Yeah, we're good.
This is the final game of the Southland because their tournament starts over the weekend.
Yeah, there we go. Next up, Sela. Speaking of the devil, shout out to the great Keith Landry. He's heading to Edinburgh, Texas, to take on these Mexicans. You know, Mexicans have been a darling of ours over the years, but they've been tough lately. 3-7 their last 10. However, Mexicans are 11-4 at home on the year, which surprised me a little bit. So Sila's laying 1.5 on the road. Give me the Mexicans, man.
I like Sela here. They've lost 2 in a row coming into this game.
What about the Mexicans though?
I think the Mexicans suck.
Not at home. I mean, the stats do not back that up. They're 11-4 at home.
Well, what are they? Who have they beat at home in league play?
Houston Christian.
They did beat Houston Christian. And
Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi.
Too. I mean, yeah, they are a home team. I
don't know. I mean,
I'm on Sela. I'm on Sela to right the ship. I don't think they lose a third straight.
I'm on the Mexicans.
Want to battle?
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Mexico. Fuck you, Mexico.
Let's go. I love Mexico. Love your margaritas.
Yeah,
great.
coming to this country.
I never had a bad time in Mexico. All right. We got a battle. Dundee on the Mexicans. Back on these Lions. Next up. Oh boy.
Oh, it's at 5.5 number 2, man. Ooh.
We got it. Norfolk State laying 5.5 at North Carolina Central. What could go wrong here? The team in 6th place who lost. Oh, they should have beat them the first game. Dude, we should bet Central. Do you remember this game? Do you fucking remember this? The only thing is Norfolk State just lost the game.
They won it. They won on the half court shot.
I know. And they had and Central was up the whole fucking game. I think we should go in on Central, even though Norfolk State just lost.
You think
they at least cover? Norfolk might win the game, but if we're getting 5.5.
I'll lock up Norfolk. I think Norfolk's going to put it on them. I don't think they
battle Dundee on these Eagles. Mac on these Spartans.
Norfolk's going to clinch tomorrow. Get a share.
I mean, another thing is Central is pretty fire at home. They're kind of like the Mexicans. They have only 12 wins on the year. 9 of them are at home. They're fresh off of beating Howard at home. They should have beat Norfolk at Norfolk. You want to crown them, you crown them. They've been chippy at home. Only lost to Radford by 3 at home. Only lost to Winthrop by 2. They're better than their record, dude. They beat William and Mary. What the fuck? This is a fun one. Should I go to this game?
Norfolk by 7.
God damn it. I have a bunch of shows I got to do. I feel like I should go to this game, but I have a bunch. I agreed to some shows, but man, Houston Christian is in Commerce, Texas, not Commerce, California. I am stupid. But shout out to the Commerce Casino in LA. The Chinese food restaurant is getting 1.5 at home. What the fuck is this line, Mac?
I know. You're getting A&M Commerce that it's fucking eliminated.
We have to bet Christian.
I kind of want to bet Commerce.
I mean, Houston Christian was in that game the other night. Have they been that bad? Like, I understand they've lost some games lately, but let me just rattle these off to you. 5-point loss at Northwestern State in a game they were up a lot of the fucking game, right?
Yes.
They beat Stephen F. Austin the game prior. They lost to Lamar by 8 in a game they led for a decent amount of the second half, right? It's not like this team just all of a sudden got shitty.
Why is this line 1 though?
I know. I agree. Maybe we just dive into the stink. I just don't understand why this line. Commerce is 3-10 at home this year,
and they are eliminated. Do they pop up for one game? That's what
this is a rigged game, right?
Well, yeah, it's the final game of the year for Commerce. Do they show up for one game?
Oh God! If we bet this, we're just betting the fucking number. Let's just do it. Let's take Commerce. They're horrible. I've watched this team a decent amount. They're not a good basketball team.
They did almost. Who did they hang in there the other day with? It was IDub at home. That was a 5-6 point game the whole game.
Still, they beat New Orleans by 2 with New Orleans on the take. Let's bet Commerce. Let's bet it. Let's just bet it. Let's blindly bet that the number doesn't make any fucking sense. All right.
Let's do it. Senior day for Commerce. Off the spring break.
Give me the Chinese food restaurant, all right? Fortune cookies for everybody. Let's go.
Be a hell of a win on the spring break.
Next up, Maryland Eastern Shores and Baltimore taking on Coppin State. The rivalry. Eastern Shore lost by 5 on February 3rd to Coppin State. You don't just walk into the physical education complex spewing some bullshit, especially with Maryland Eastern Shore being 0-16 on the road. I'm all over Coppin. I think we should bet Coppin.
I'm not betting Coppin. I refuse to bet them as a favorite.
All right.
What did you first meeting?
They won by 5. Coppin did in Princess Anne. All right, stay away. Stay away. Eastern Shore has played a little bit better lately.
They have. That was a big win the other week. Yeah. I feel loyal to them.
They do have the best crabs. That's what I'm saying.
I love Maryland Eastern Shore. They fucking cashed for me against North Carolina Central. Outright.
Eastern Shore is great too, man. I've been fucked up many a times. What's that? And they stormed that court.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. That game was so rigged. That's going to be the Commerce game. We always take one rigged game of the night, so we're labeling Commerce the rigged game of the night.
Yes, and Jerry Davis is saying Mac and Colby, kind of what I've been saying. Stephen F. Austin, UT Rio Grande, and Commerce all eliminated and all at home for senior night. Should we be betting all 3 home dogs?
I don't think Stephen F. and Rio Grande are eliminated.
Wait,
what does that bracket look like?
That's what I was about to say. With everyone changing their fucking brackets, I can't remember.
Right, so that actually might change my. I figured that they were in. The only one I knew Commerce was eliminated.
This is why we need Beanick here. A pile of shits at the Rusty Pelican again, trying to pick up some girl's number, playing pool, trying to act like he's ordering a vodka Coke, smoking a fucking, pretending to smoke weed in the parking lot.
Okay, wait. So the top 8 only make it. He is right, actually. I may have to take my
rethink your ink, buddy. Rethink that ink. No more battles against Dundee, you crazy bastard. I was on the right side all along.
I'm not changing McNeese, but I will go on the Mexicans with you. All right, I'll come over to the Mexican side. I think everything I said
Mexico's glorious. Let me tell you, if you haven't been, you gotta go.
I got married there.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
I got married there less than a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Mexico.
There you go.
All right, you fucking dirty Mexicans. I'm on your
side. Maryland Eastern Shore, Coppin State. I'm on Coppin, but no bet.
No bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
only the top 8 make it.
Well, timeout. So let's shit on Beanick a little more here. This is a nightly segment. So Rio Grande and Stephen F are 7 and 12, and they're not going to make the conference tournament. Like what?
Yeah, it's bullshit. And he's not even he's not even here. This is the most disappointing thing is he's been smoking those fucking fake cigarettes, hanging outside of his fucking. He borrowed his dad's car for the night, sitting outside of the Rusty Pelican. Sitting outside trying to look cool. He's like Billy Madison, out in front of his car. Waiting for old, Sally come out of there. He's even Beanick's the type of guy that like, he's probably staying at like a rental house that has a pool stick and he probably like unscrews it and pretends like he's like a shark. Shows up with like the briefcase. He doesn't even have a real briefcase. He puts the pool stick. He unscrews the pool stick and puts it in his actual luggage. Shows up, rolls in his luggage that he flew down there with, takes it out. It's like, what up, Linda? If I were you, I'd bet on me. Vodka Coke, keep them coming. You sure you want vodka? That's keep them coming.
He's such a piece of shit with this fucking take and not be able to defend this. This is ridiculous. Hey, and shout out to you, Jerry, for fucking putting me onto this. I thought 10 out of the 12 made the fucking tournament. I didn't even think it was possible to have such a stupid bracket. So, Colby, they have double and triple and quadruple buys, but they don't even let the fucking all the teams in. What?
This might be the worst one yet.
Oh my God.
When did they make this transition into the shit? Why is this becoming a thing? They're stupid. You don't. I mean, I guess they have McNeese, but they're still stupid. They're still stupid.
All right, let me say this, McNeese. I love you. Will Wade, I love you. If you can't beat the Chinese restaurant in fucking New Orleans in a one game or all, if they somehow get to that game, you don't deserve to go to the NCAA tournament. I'm sorry. If you can't beat Commerce or fucking New Orleans, you don't deserve to go to the tournament. God damn you, Beanick. It's a terrible take.
I love Daniel Katie saying vodka Coke, double. And then the guy goes, huh? And he goes, double the Coke. Right? Right? And then he's like, hey, Steve, 2 cherries this time. Right?
Hilarious. Unreal.
If you think I'm good at pool, wait till I hop on the fucking Mortal Kombat machine over there. You ain't seen nothing, baby. Oh man. Folks.
This is the bracket.
What a dumb fucking bracket.
So 9, where's our, I don't know how to get our faces on it. Sorry. 9, 10, 11, and 12 don't make it, but they have a triple bye for the 1 and 2 seeds. What?
That's the worst one yet. Maybe that might. I mean, I don't know. The Sun Belt is so bad that it might be.
At least all the teams make it. At least all the teams make it. All the teams don't even make this corrupt fucking bracket.
I can't believe he's on the side of this.
Why don't you just put McNeese in the tournament?
It's just a dumbass way to do this. They don't realize did the WCC start this and just everyone else picked up on this?
Yeah, they all think they have Gonzaga in their league. It's like, all right, no, you don't.
So dumb. Folks, want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party. Guess what? You out there listening, you watching, you're all invited. And Rhythm users are invited to a first 4 watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas. It's free fucking drinks, guys. And you get to hang out with us. Yes. The SGPN and college experience guys. Bet Detective CJ Sullivan will be there. And it gets better. Rhythm is also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one random lucky Rhythm user. Even if you can't make the party, you can still cash on that thing. So just sign up for your free 7-day trial period at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. So let me get this straight. You come, hang out, free drinks, use Rhythm to help you fill out your bracket, make some bets while you're there, talk to a bunch of idiots like me, and boom, you're out of there. Maybe you meet your wife, maybe you meet your wife, your next wife. Get on over there. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. Once again, that's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. College hoops is the best place for this. I shit you not. I bet I'm constantly using this every day. I know Cannabis Capper's been killing it on those articles where he's just giving out free winners. They got every other sport too: NHL, NBA, UFL, CFL, golf, MMA, NASCAR, college football, NFL. And Underdog is offering a Luka discount for every Laker game for the rest of the regular season. Also for football diehards, they got pickup projections for select 40-yard dash times for this week's NFL Combine. So they dive deep. Sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. That's UnderdogFantasy.com promo code TCESGPN. All right. Next up, New Orleans lock. They're covering the 15.5 at Corpus Christi. They're being investigated. They're 1-0 ATS since being investigated. Corpus Christi wins by 11. You in?
I agree. Final game of the year for New Orleans. Tryouts for next year. Let's go.
Double lock on the Privateers. All right. After that, we jump on over to the Nazis heading into Beaumont, Texas. By the way, Beaumont, Texas was fucking lit the other night. What's the name of the stadium again? Lamar's laying 2.5 now, not 1.5. The Montage Center.
Look at the standings real quick after you saw that bracket. Both teams at 13-6. The winner, 2 seed, the triple bye. The loser only gets the center.
We got to bet the fuck out of Lamar, dude.
I think Lamar is the right side as well.
I mean, Nichols has won 4 straight. Lamar's lost 2 straight, but that place was bonkers, man. They
beat him the first time by 4. I'm with you. I think that it might have been a max effort game. I don't think they're going to lose both at home. I've liked this Lamar team all year, and Hitler, you only get a single bye tomorrow. No double bye for Hitler.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Get this Hitler bullshit out of here. All right. What happened in World War II? You ate shit. You ate a ton of shit. You're going to eat more shit when you go to Beaumont, Texas. Kind of fascinated by the pace.
This is like low key a top 3 game to watch tomorrow because of what the stakes are and the environment of this game.
Yeah. Parlay P, New Orleans needs to be investigated too. I was in, so my buddy, Bobby Chavez is his name, but he's a good buddy of mine. And Bobby is a former boxer that is a personal trainer now. He's personal training some like rich LSU alum, right? And he hooks me up with LSU tickets. So we fly to New Orleans, right? I go meet up with a buddy that bartends in New Orleans that I used to bartend with. But, my buddy, he's got, at the time I didn't have kids. My buddy's got kids. So he's like calling his kids and shit. He's having like a beer, but I'm getting like, my buddy's getting me pretty fucked up in New Orleans. And we end up going to the casino after this. And man, after like a bunch of hands of blackjack, I'm going up to the hotel room. I'm fucking asleep. That same shit. The Caesars in New Orleans. My buddy won a bunch of money, and he's shit faced. I mean, like we drank for like 12 hours. They thought he was card counting, which is like fucking impossible, right? Considering how much alcohol we had.
Hilarious.
Now I know, like he started off. I drank more, so like that's why I called the night earlier. But he stayed gambling, and dude, he got so they thought he was card counting. So then he's like, "Hey, fuck you, dude!" Right? They arrest him, which was like the best thing that could have happened. So I wake up at like 9, 10 in the morning. I knock on his door. It's right next to mine. I'm like, Bobby, right? And no answer.
And you're like, huh?
And then I'm like, I go eat breakfast, come back up, knock on the door. I'm like, what the fuck happened to my friend, man? Like, what? Did he die? Like, did he get his ass whooped last night? I'm like, I need to figure this out. Well, then he shows up, like I was like calling his wife and shit, right? And he shows up and he's got all this money. He literally has like a fucking like bag full of a plastic shopping bag full of cash. He would have lost, knowing my buddy, he would have lost all of that. But his first thing was racist ass fucking New Orleans. He was like, they see a Mexican making money and they throw my ass in jail. And I go, dude, but you would have lost all that money. I've been to the fucking, I have gambled with you. I was like, that's the best thing that could have happened to you. Because it was one of the best experiences ever. But I will say that watch out, that was a shady, there's no way they could arrest him for fucking card counting, because I'm telling you, we had 30 fucking Jamesons. Impossible.
Yeah.
But it was the best, in my opinion. Like, I was like, they didn't beat you up or anything? No, they put me in a fucking cell and the drunk tank, and I was sleeping. And I was like, dude, that's incredible though. And all your money's here? And he's like,
yeah. Nobody took his money.
I was like, that's the best thing that could have happened to you, man.
I need that to happen to me every now and then.
It's like they were the perfect cutoff for him. Cause I dude, one time me and Bobby were in Vegas. We made a shit ton of money, but we were having such a good time. We were dumb enough to continue to jump back in. We should have left a long time ago. We were up like, I don't know, like I think like 12 grand or something at the blackjack table. And then like, we were just like, and it was like started with like $100 or something like that, maybe a 150.
Yeah.
And we were drunk enough and dumb enough to be like, nah, it's our fucking night. Keep going in. Keep going in. We even had a friend show up, tried to help us. And he's like, he was dead sober, but we had been up, and he's like, no, dude, give me some of that money. Give me some of that money right now. And we're like, dude, fuck him. Throw this money down right now. We're going to win this fucking money. And we lost it all. So, the moral of the story though is, Sometimes life can throw you lemons, but you make lemonade somehow, or I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Either way, that casino though, shady to assume a guy that hammered is card counting. Next up, Central Arkansas, Lipscomb. What's this number?
Dude, Lipscomb is laying 19.5.
We got to bet Central Arkansas.
Absolutely. All right. So they played the final game of
they are 1-15 on the road.
You know what's hilarious is Central Arkansas has played this will be their third straight game in this building. They played on the final game of the regular season last Wednesday, an 18-point game. Now they played one tonight. They're going to play Lipscomb again. And they played, me and Beanick had a lock battle here in late January. And Central Arkansas was in that game for a lot of it, the first matchup. So another example, I'll take the points with the team that's played a game on the court. Too many.
Lock 20.5 is out there. Money Pritchett says. I see it out there too now. So shop around 20.5.
Lipscomb by 12.
Lipscomb by 16. We get that cover.
Yeah. Who gets picked off in the A-Sun tomorrow? Like, the one seed's gone down a bunch over the years in this. Is Austin P the more likely one than Central Arkansas? I think so too.
Yeah.
But I think we both think the upset's going to be EKU.
I mean, Austin P won at Butler, so they're capable of it. You know what I mean?
God, I hope they don't beat North Alabama.
Yeah.
North Alabama.
I'm with you. Next up, we're going to Jackson, Mississippi, where Jackson State's laying 13.5 against PV Prairie View. First game was a 9-point win for Jackson State back on the 18th. They are fire at home though. I'm going to lay the number, but no bet.
ESPNU game.
Is this senior day for them?
Yeah.
It is. Yep. Lay it.
Give me Prairie View on the points. No bet. Fuck. No bet.
Next up, UCLA is in Evanston taking on Northwestern. UCLA laying 3.5. I'm going to lock up the UCLA Bruins minus 3.5. What are you doing here?
Yeah, and UCLA's been in the Midwest for multiple days now. The disappointing Friday night game against Purdue. Northwestern coming in red hot, winners of 3 in a row. Everybody put them on the bubble graphic, which means they're going to drop this game. UCLA by 6-7. Yep, lock it up.
Double lock on these UCLA Bruins in this bullshit Big Ten.
Rivalry here in March. UCLA Northwestern. What the fuck?
Load up those Big Sky rankings because as Northern Colorado, we got to go through this here. What is our current situation? I know they're in first place. I know Montana is close though, but they still have.
They're neck and neck, 14-3, 14-3.
We got to lock Northern Colorado.
Careful there against the wagon.
I'm going in on this bullshit. They won by 17 last time they played. Lock Northern Colorado minus 7.5.
Is this regular season finale for both? So they both are playing for a championship.
Yeah.
I'll lock up Northern Colorado. Let's go.
Double lock on these Bears.
They'll take care of business.
Let's go.
We were saving the run for the postseason.
Yeah. The run to the fucking grocery store is sitting on, grab some beer and some chips and watch the fucking March Madness with their bum ass team. Well, they're in Utah actually. So, not beer. I'm sorry. Some club soda. They're gonna get some Orangina and some licorice. Watch the old ball game. Wichita State's in Denton, Texas, taking on North Texas. North Texas laid 7.5. Okay, here. ESPN 2, by the way. Wichita has looked better towards the second half of the season.
4-point game a couple weeks ago at Wichita.
I'll take the points. I don't like, I feel like North Texas only scores like 56 points a game. So you're like, I know they fucked up a lot of teams. I mean, even the last time they played, they held Wichita to 54, and that was at home.
I'm blocking Wichita. I think it's too much. I think that this game is going to be a physical 1-2 possession game, drag it in the mud. And Wichita's better than their record. North Texas, I think, is going to win a grinder of a game here tonight. But yeah, 7.5. I'll take Wichita.
All right, I'll go in. Wichita State plus 7.5. Bill Parcells' alma mater. Let's go.
This is going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be physical and just a defensive game.
Yeah. I mean, North Texas is just such a great defensive team.
Yep.
Next up, I got a lock for you here. Northern Arizona's at Idaho State. Get this bullshit out of my face. Lock. Idaho State minus 5.5. I've actually been like kind of spot on with NAU lately. If you recall, hear me out here. February 8th, I took Montana against Northern Arizona laying 2.5. They won by 3. Then I took Portland State against Northern Arizona, right? Then I didn't bet the Sac State game, but then I went back in on Idaho. Idaho hit, right? Then I took Northern Arizona and battled you against Eastern Washington, and I hit. Then I faded NAU with Northern. I'm like fucking 6-0 ATS in the past 7 games with Northern Arizona. Lock up these Bengals. What are you doing here?
I think I tend to agree with you. I like Idaho State here on the final game. Let's go.
Double lock on these Idaho State Bengals minus 5.5. Next up, the Idaho Vandals are heading into Bozeman, and I got me crazy.
We should lock Montana State, right?
I was thinking Idaho.
You think?
I mean, Idaho beat them by 5 the first time. I kind of feel like, I mean, the only thing is it's senior day for Montana State, right? That's the only angle that's scary. I kind of feel like they're like neck and neck, the same team. If anything, I kind of think Idaho's a little bit better than Montana State. Like on a neutral, I think I'd probably lay 1.5 with Idaho, but it is senior night.
They both teams are tied 8 and 9 in the standings here.
I'm going to take the points, but no bet.
I'm locking Montana State. I think they roll here on the finale of the regular season.
Moneyline Mac locking up these Bobcats of Montana State. Next up, the game of the night, some say. Bill Self wrote. Who knew Bill Self? Such a wordsman with his pen. He wrote a nice, sincere love letter to the good people of Lawrence, Kansas. I mean, what was that? Houston.
Apologize. He's won like 20 Big 12 titles. All right, they're having a down year.
Houston's laying 9.5. I mean, I guess I got to take Kansas. I hate taking Kansas with fucking Hunter. Hunter Dickinson bothers me, but I think it's the right side.
Yeah, I feel like I have to take Kansas too, unfortunately.
I mean, I can't recall a time where Self was writing letters before.
This team drives me insane because they should have fucking beat Houston the first game. They were the better team, and I don't know. Houston, do we get? It's not going to be a letdown because it's senior day and it's it's Kansas coming in there. But I think Kansas catching a big number. Give me Houston to win by 5.
Yeah. I'll lock up Kansas too, man. It's just double lock, Rock Chalk, Jayhawks. Bill Self's message in a bottle.
Moral victory for Kansas tomorrow night. That's where we're at with this Kansas team. Moral victory.
Bill Self, from my records, he's never wrote a letter before and followed it with a game like a love letter. So this is a big one here. Kansas will be 1-0 after Bill Self love letters ATS after tomorrow. Next up, Sac State is at Portland State. Portland State's laying 12.5. We gotta bet Portland State.
Like I said, I'm laying some chalky ass chalk here in this league on senior day. I think the favorites roll in the Big Sky tomorrow.
Sac State beat him the first time. Portland State's senior day too, and they could still potentially get the 2 seed. Could they? I think they can still get the 2, right? Or they're playing for the 3.
Them and Idaho State are both playing for the 3.
Yeah, I'm locking up Portland State. Portland State's going to win by 20. And the final game on the slate, E-Dub, Dan Munson heading to Missoula to take on the Grizz, playing for a championship. Montana is 14-1 at home this year. ESPN2 Dogberg Arena will be rocking. We got to lock up Montana.
Do we think they win by double digits?
They won by 9, or they won by 11 in Cheney earlier this year.
So when they tip off, they will know everybody will know their fate. Will know the fate because all these games will be done right at 11, and then Montana will have to know. Give me a fucking weird game. Give me E-Dub. I'll lock up E-Dub here. Crazy game here. Standalone game, Big Sky. All the pressure on Montana to clinch the regular season title.
Battle.
Give me E-Dub.
E-Dub's fucking horrible.
I know they are.
Their team is fucking horrible.
I just numbered out like 15. I'm surprised by this.
We're doing battle. Dundee on the Grizz. Mac on these Eagles. Right now we get to our best plays of the night. I mean, honestly, I think Portland State is one that I have circled minus the 12.5, which is crazy. I don't know that I've ever laid that much with Portland State in my life, but I think that is a good play. I also like Florida Gulf Coast as one of my favorite plays. That is 2. 3. Also, I'm going to go with the Mexicans. I think that's a good spot for them. 4 UCLA, and 5 I will say it is all about Alcorn State tomorrow. Where are you going?
All right, we will go. You give a 5?
Yeah.
I will go Kansas, UCLA, Lamar, Eastern Kentucky.
I actually do 6 because I'm going to add Lamar to mine.
All right. There you
do
go.
Love that Lamar play.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Eastern Kentucky was that one. Austin P in that chippy game. Then give me Wake in that big number against the Dukies. Sleeping spot for Duke.
There we go, folks. Moneyline Mac's on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. Noah Beanick is at the Rusty Pelican in Sarasota. Make sure you tweet. Give him a hard time. Noah B 77_ Till next time, folks. This is the College Basketball Experience. Check out the College Football Show and the College Baseball Show as well. But yes, this is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
My darts, you get ripped apart. Save the cookie cutter mutter for 106 apart. Cause of your liquor will I sip your heart. You never dumb it down, dog. If you're smart, I throw out a couple of lines. Fighters are quick to cross. Fishing you on a dick to lie. Piss you off, it goes tits and bras, lips and jaws. I use my common sense to see the bitch and all. Good thing you got the market corner. Kids and malls. Grip the red carpet as you slip and fall off. Another career spear. Thanks for trying to block. You get an A for effort and an F for shut the fuck up. Here's a hint. Put down the mic, you catch a glimpse. And keep them eyes wide when you see me. Mike's I sees them. So when you see him, you got a good reason to look. Catch a glimpse. A lot of these heads need to improve their improv. Talent's not a program you download and install. Quality spread through hard work, no involved. My peers respect me cause I'm genuinely evolved. Beyond gathering names to build up my buddy list. You decide friendships and pounds of suicide and bloody risk. Come equipped or leave empty handed. They don't call me C's for nothing. See the camera? Smile. Click. Here comes the picture. You act like a child. Manhood don't fit you. I'll break your whole style down to a bumper sticker. And never need a gun to lift you. Here's a hint. Put down the mic and catch a glimpse. And keep them eyes wide when you see me. Mike's I sees them. So when you see him, you got a good reason to look. Catch a glimpse.
It's at the beginning of the show.
Think the corporate fat cats critiquing metaphors and can't afford a new backpack. Itching for the fast track, homie, you better scratch that. Need to pay some dues and learn the rules of the mouse chat.